online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, yeah.
And I would walk 500 more.
Hey everybody, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the after show for Red Band Society. This is episode 8. Get out of my car, or get out of my dreams. Get into my car.
Get out of my
Get
car.
out of my car.
Get out of the car.
Get out now. Welcome everybody. I'm your host Heather Joy Smith, and along with me are my lovely ladies.
Hey guys, it's Michelle Phi.
And Heather Cruz.
So tonight's episode, we obviously heard this song.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Quite
I just love
a
it.
lot. So we kind of came into tonight's episode with Charlie and him, as we know, kind of waking up from his coma. Kind of exciting moment for everybody in the hospital.
Yeah.
And everyone's like crowding around him. Like,
Yeah.
That's so awkward because, like, they said that he can hear and see. He just can't respond. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's been asleep for 2 months and everybody's like in your face. Weird.
Yeah, and he can
Weird.
really like. I wonder behind the scenes like how hard it was for that actor to like
He didn't
just
move-
keep
he
a
didn't
straight
move at
face
all.
the entire time.
You try it
He's
while
so-
we're doing the show, okay?
just start looking.
right now.
I can't. I am a naturally smiley person. Like I can't do that.
I actually thought about that several times when he was just like not blinking or anything. I'm like, what? How does he do that?
He had good practice. I mean, he had like 10 episodes of not doing anything.
I know, but at least your eyes are closed, so you can't like see
Yeah, that's
anything.
true.
Where when you're staring and people are doing funny things around
Putting
you,
pizza in your face.
I mean, how do you not crack up laughing as an actor?
I bet you there are some
He's an
blooper
actor.
reels.
Oh, I'm
Some
sure. I
pretty
would
good
love
blooper
to
reels.
see those.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. So exciting moment for everybody tonight, and then also we got a new character, which. I kind of thought Dr. Naday was going to be completely different than he was.
Well, I think everybody in the show thought that too.
I mean, first word that comes to mind is he's a little crazy.
I thought he was going to be more of like a spiritual like person. That's what it seemed like when he was coming in, but he was a little wacky. Like
Yeah.
he didn't even like, you know, go in there thinking or like talking to like the parents, like
No
telling them what he
tests.
was going to do. He just came in singing.
Yeah, that was it.
The caveman diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very eccentric.
Yes, that's a good word
Yeah.
for it.
Eccentric.
Eccentric, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that word for
But,
him.
you know, definitely not what you would expect from a world-renowned neurologist.
Yeah.
Exactly. I expected him to at least come in and look at the MRI.
Yeah, you didn't want
Or
to do
like
anything.
be a little bit more professional.
That was one I put down. Weird and unprofessional were the two words that I wrote down about him. I just thought it was very unprofessional to just kind of come in and not even sit down with McAndrews or with Dina or anyone.
Yeah.
You just start singing and dancing. Like, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, and like I feel like I'm getting a little ahead here. But when he went in to talk to like Dr. McAndrews about what he was doing, he didn't even explain to him exactly what it was he was doing.
Yeah.
You know, and like I
Exactly.
feel like for us as viewers it was kind of hard to understand what he was trying to do anyway.
yeah.
So it was a little difficult.
Yes. So we actually have a caller that is calling in
Ooh.
soon. So we'll let you guys know when he does call in. But let's also talk a little bit about Hunter. Because...
Oh, I love talking about Hunter.
Oh, do you?
Well, he's a very good-looking actor.
He is very good looking. I will agree with that. But I think his character's a little annoying.
His character is a tad bit dramatic. He's
Yes.
over dramatic, but you know, I'm playing devil's advocate here. Life and death situation. Kid had cancer, and now his liver is failing. And we got a lot of his backstory. His brother died. You know, a lot of bad things have happened to him. So perhaps there's a reason for him to be super dramatic.
Yes.
True.
Now that we've gotten a little bit more of his backstory, I understand why he kind of is the way he is now, and why he's a little harsher, you know, than he should be.
Yeah, like he's very blunt.
Yeah.
Oh, super blunt.
Super blunt. I don't know, but I mean, we actually got a lot of information out of him tonight. We found out, first of all, that he has cancer, leukemia. He had, leukemia and then chemo. Sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. Chemo. I was like, what is the word I'm looking for? He had chemo, and it kind of messed with his liver. He had the whole liver failure, and so he needs a new liver now. So we actually have Mike Blanchard on the phone. Mike, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Hi!
So Mike is one of a guy that we all know on Twitter, and so he always comments on our shows and shows us love on Twitter.
We love that, Mike. Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So tell us first, where are you calling from?
I am from Louisville, Kentucky.
All
What time is it there?
Originally from Boston, Massachusetts.
Ah.
Oh, boy.
And what is your Twitter handle so everybody knows real quick?
It's at TF2 and Mike.
Perfect. So what were your thoughts on tonight's show?
Well, first of all, I just want to backtrack just a minute.
Sure. Go for
when
it.
I first saw the trailer for the show overall, I was like, wow, this is going to be one of the most interesting new shows of the year.
Yep.
I don't think we've seen a show like this, specifically set, you know, as sick kids in a hospital.
We haven't. Nope. You're right.
As far as tonight's episode, it was interesting. I think with a little bit more. Have you guys seen the preview for next week? I think that's a little bit more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the one before they go on hiatus. They got to throw some curveballs in there.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I think next week is going to be so interesting is because of the fact that Jordy can just say, to hell with you, Emma. I'm sorry. To heck with you, Emma, because of what happens in that preview. But tonight was interesting, and what I like is how all of the personalities are coming together.
Yeah.
Last week we saw them do the Breakfast Club kind of thing with the letter, and I wasn't sure how Hunter was going to fit in with the rest of the crew, and he kind of fits in pretty well. He has his own little area.
I feel like he fits in more with Ciara than anybody else. I mean, not just the fact that they're like hooking up, but like he's not involved. He's not a red bander. He's not, you know, but he's just kind
And
of.
it doesn't really seem like he wants to be.
He doesn't want to be. He's got his own drama to deal with. He's, you know. It's too much for him right now, apparently. It's too much. Hair flip and everything.
He's just as dramatic as Ciara is.
He just can't even, okay?
He just can't even. I don't know. What were your thoughts on Dr. Naday? We kind of briefly went over it real quick. I don't know if you heard any of our comments.
He has some strange methods. I feel like he's one of those ones that is kind of like Jordy's grandmother, where he wants to try the holistic healing, and McAndrew is just, oh no way, I'm not having that. But I mean, these guys have to work together because they both want the betterment of Charlie. And hey, if what he's doing is going to help Charlie, as we saw, like with the brainwaves and stuff, hey, more power to it.
Right.
Yep. I agree. Real quick here, we want to know real quick, going in, what do you think your prediction is for next episode before we let you go here?
Prediction for next episode, I kind of already gave it away.
He just got to go ahead.
All on an island, all by herself at this point. Because, well, I mean, she does have Leo, but it's like, by the end of this episode, she was the lone wolf. I mean, everybody else was off everywhere else, and she was. I think the funny thing is that they don't make a big enough deal about Emma and her situation. Everyone's blown it. Oh, well, you know, if you just eat, you can go home. You don't have to be here. That's kind of a cop-out to me, because an eating disorder is a very major thing for some people.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping in the future that they'll explore her. I mean, every episode they've explored each character, so hopefully we'll get to her eventually. I think Bella Thorne's going to come in and just screw everybody up.
She totally looks like it.
Okay, can you see like a triangle between Hunter and Ciara and Bella, because Ciara and Bella, you know they are not going to get along. It's going to be battle of the biatches. I mean, for real.
I don't know if that's going to happen because she basically is pulling Jordy in the promo, and I'm like, that's why I said, okay, forget about Jordy doesn't need him anymore. Jordy that she was going after, which I kind of like. I kind of like there's the whole set, like with Emma and Leo and Ciara and Hunter and. Now, I haven't looked it up what Bella's character's name's going to be, but, whatever her character name's going to be in Jordy, so.
Well, it'll be interesting. So. Really interesting.
Very interesting. Who's your favorite character on the show?
It's got to be Charlie.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't do much, but he is the glue for everybody.
He's the narrator.
Yeah. Totally.
You guys got to get him in the studio for an interview. You guys really have to. That would be
working
awesome.
on it.
We're working on it. Don't you worry. We got some people that we're working on right now. So hopefully soon.
Awesome. Well, keep up the great work, ladies. It's an amazing show.
Thanks,
we love
Mike.
it too. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
We're waving like he's here.
Like,
bye.
So thanks, Mike, for calling in, if you can hear me now. Before we go on, we want to give you all a quick little... I'm sorry. I got a little sidetracked there. If you go and watch us on YouTube, make sure to comment down below. We'll comment back to you guys. And if you're on iTunes, make sure to give us 5 stars. And also, comment there as well.
That's how we met Mike.
It's how we met Mike. And tweet us. That's how we met Mike. So, and also, we want to give a quick little shout out to our glam squad.
So we like extra special tonight.
Because all of us got glammed up by the glam squad and their Twitter at Glam Squad, and they made us all fabulous. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. Guys. We need all the help we can get. Trust me, or at least I do.
Yeah, exactly. We're working with some big hair tonight.
That looks good, girl.
All right. Okay. So also tonight we had kind of like the love triangle continue.
A little bit,
tonight.
yeah. A little.
With Leo, Jordy, and Emma, as you guys all know. Poor Jordy tonight.
He's trying so hard to not lose all of his friends, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because if he pushes one way towards Emma, Leo's gone. If he pushes one way towards Leo, Emma's gone. He's trying really hard just to not alienate himself, which I fully appreciate. I feel like he took the high road. He didn't want to go on their little excursion, but Dash kind of convinced him, and he's, a lesser teenager would have just been like, nope, I'm staying here all by myself. So kudos to him for trying.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of feel like he's feeling like you said, he's not really part of the group anymore. But I kind of feel like he did it to himself, almost like he's like alienating himself.
Yeah.
Awkward situation. I don't blame him.
Totally. I mean, I get it. I get why he's doing it, but it's so interesting that the first, few episodes, he was like the main character of this entire show. And now he's kind of like in the background of the show.
Yeah.
It's very odd how that's kind of changed
it's not the Jordy show.
That's true.
So, I appreciate that I want to know more, especially Emma after her meltdown today. I want to know so much more about her. We're getting more of Charlie's background now that he's waking up. This new character's in. We're getting background from him. Like, I really appreciate knowing all of our characters.
Yeah.
But he's just... I want to say he's like a side character like Dash kind of is. Yeah. But it would be nice to throw him back in there. He's going to get some action next week, as we know, so maybe that'll help.
Who knows? I don't know. I kind of feel like Emma's character was making progress, in the last couple weeks, and this episode was like 4 steps backwards.
Yeah.
I think... what Mike was saying, he brought up that it is a serious problem. I think we got to see how serious it is because, it's not that she doesn't want to eat food. She also doesn't want to be around it. She was feeling, almost like a compulsive thing to get the Cheetos off her hands. She didn't want to be near the hot dog. Like, it's really, I want to say, like, a disgusting thing for her. So it's definitely a mental situation where it's not just the eating for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like tonight and at some parts kind of resented Leo because he was trying, and from his perspective, he's trying to be nice and you know, trying to help. But from her perspective, she's like, stop. Like, you're overwhelming me. I can't do this. Get away from me. Like, as far as the food concerned, you know, like, I don't know. It was just a little too much.
I feel like she kind of pushed herself a little too hard because of last week's episode where she, like, wanted to, you know, change for him. But I think this was all too sudden for her. Like, that little bite she took last week was, like, a huge step. Huge. And then when she took the Cheeto this week, I think that was just too much for her.
I think she just needs to, I mean, her character and herself just needs to find motivation to get better for herself.
Yeah.
You know, because she's slowly dying. And you can't say, oh, I want to get this guy, so I'm going to be, you know, it's just like any situation where girls like big hair, so I'm going to dress like Heather today.
Hey, this wasn't me, guys. It wasn't me.
I love it. No, I like it. No, but I'm just saying, like, you know, people without mental disorders do that regardless. You know, I like Ciara today.
Exactly.
Ciara wanted Hunter, so she thought she could be a skater person. But you need to, she needs to find a way to get better for herself, and she really needs to find herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the whole Ciara and Hunter situation. Tonight, we got to see another female introduced who we all thought was Hunter's sister. Or sorry, I just
love interest.
I just spoiled it.
Girlfriend.
We thought it was his girlfriend, but it turns out to be his sister.
Right.
And I just love Ciara in this whole, like, predicament because she's like, how dare this girl come in here? She's stealing my man, but she, like, claims she doesn't like, but obviously we all know she loves him.
Well, Brittany got it out of her, so Nurse Brittany.
I mean, don't you love Brittany's, like, technique? They're like, let's go
Do
to
nothing.
Oprah yoga, nothing. Like,
my favorite author, Oprah.
Yeah.
I mean, Oprah is the goddess among everything, but.
I mean, I should probably go do nothing more often then.
Right? I was just thinking that. I was like, geez, this whole time I've been wasting away trying to fulfill all my goals.
When we should be doing nothing.
That is an excuse to stay in bed tomorrow, people. That's what the Red Band Society teaches us.
Exactly. And his sister, you know, wants to do something really nice for him, obviously.
Super nice.
I mean, huge nice. Donate her half her liver to him. He's a jerk. I mean,
he's dramatic.
He is very dramatic. But I understood where he was coming from in the end, though, when he actually explained it to Ciara, saying why he didn't want to give, or his sister, or why he didn't want to take his sister's liver.
Yeah.
Which is really noble of him, but at the same time, like, she is doing something so nice for him that not a lot of people get.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel for Hunter on this one because, you know, as I have two sisters, and so I'm sitting here thinking, like, if I was in this situation, would I, you know, be okay with accepting my sister's liver? Like, no, probably not. Like, I feel like I would do the exact same thing. Be like, no, I'll just wait for some stranger, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that I could do it either, knowing, you know, that it puts my sister at risk. I don't think I could.
Yeah.
That's true.
And especially learning about his brother tonight and his brother passing away and everything. And so he's already lost one sibling. He doesn't want to lose another one, obviously.
Right.
So that puts a whole nother, like, bit of pressure on this whole situation. So I don't know. I don't know if I would do it or not. Like, if that was, like, if I was in Hunter's position. Like you said,
Take a liver.
Yeah.
That's hard. I mean, wonder if something happened to my brother in the middle of surgery or something. I mean, how do you live with yourself if something happened? But
That's true.
I don't know.
But I don't know, on the flip side, like, if my sister needed a liver, I'd be the first one to be like, hello,
exactly.
all right, you know, so
Yeah.
I can see both sides. I can see why they're both frustrated right now.
Yeah.
So it's a hard thing.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens between that whole situation. And clearly, Ciara's skater look didn't last too long as well
Good,
tonight.
because she did not pull it off.
No.
I thought it was a little awesome. I loved her hoop earrings and her snapback hat. I loved that.
Michelle did say something in the middle of the show.
Like if she pulled the shirt, she's like, ooh.
I like that.
Well, I didn't like the shirt, but I liked the hat that she tried on. She pulled it off.
That was a pretty
Yeah.
funny scene.
It was
though.
pretty good.
Oh, I think, who is Edith?
Edith is the ex-girlfriend of Hunter.
Did I miss that part when they were talking
well,
about
I
it?
think
they
they
didn't
just kind of-
explain
yeah.
it. They
Yeah,
just
I was
brought
about to
it
say, I
up.
want to know more about this situation.
I think because they gave her a name, I think
she's
we'll
gonna
probably
come into play.
exactly.
like, oh, not, you know, because at first the sister was like, oh, his type, and then he puts a name to it. They could have just, the show people could have just been like, oh, so he told about my ex-girlfriend.
Predictions, guys.
Predictions.
I'm saving it.
Hold it. Dash didn't really have too much going on tonight. Obviously, he's still sick. He still needs to, you know, he was coughing and stuff during their little excursion out.
Yeah.
But he didn't really have a whole too big of a storyline. But he did say one quote that we all just cracked up.
Quote of the
Hold
series.
on. What dreams are made of by Lizzie McGuire. Like, I mean,
I love that he includes so many pop culture references in everything that he says.
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks ago, he did the Alicia Keys thing, and then he did 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, he did
oh,
that
there was
tonight.
21 Jump
McGuire.
Street tonight too.
I loved it.
Yeah.
He has the best line.
So he may only have a few lines, but they are fantastic.
They are on
Can we talk
point.
about his like major speech when they were trying to get into the strip club?
Yes.
That
Oh my
was
gosh.
the best.
Yes. I am Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, well,
and these
okay.
are my people.
Abraham Lincoln.
My cabinet
My
member.
cabinet member.
Forgive me if I'm wrong on this, but Abraham is on the $5 bill, right?
He did give him a $5.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But like, when you're trying to get in a $5,
that's
like,
true.
no,
Probably
flip
hand
up
over
like a
more.
Benjamin.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Might have worked a little bit better to get them into the strip club. But that bouncer, UCLA pre-med.
He surprised me.
Yeah, me too.
But then if you think about it, you got to do whatever you got to do to get through med school.
That's
am I right?
true. Med school is expensive.
It is very
That is the
expensive.
truth.
But he knew his stuff.
He
He's
did.
Gonna,
He's gonna be a good
back.
doctor.
he's
He
gonna,
will be.
He's going to go somewhere.
Maybe
And
he'll be an intern.
I
at
will-
the
I was just
hospital.
going to
I
say,
was
can
just
they
gonna
bring
say
him
that.
back?
Do it. We liked him.
We did.
They
His
should bring
5
him back.
minutes we loved.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, we have Mick Andrews and Dina tonight. And their frustrations, they
With
actually came
Nade.
together for the
They
first
did.
time tonight, I think, for their little dislike of Dr.
Nade.
Nade.
Yes.
So that was interesting to see them come together.
It was nice to see them come back together after so many weeks of, like, you know, hostility between each other,
Yeah.
especially because of this doctor. And it's funny how he was the one that tore them apart, and now he's bringing them back
together. Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Well, I think Dr. McAndrew, he was the big man on campus, and his ego was being slowly but surely like diminished each week. He didn't get the chief of surgery job he wanted, and to punch him right in the face, his ex-fiance got it. And then here comes this flippy-dippy doctor who everyone is like fawning over at first. You know, he gets a little crazy towards the middle, but everybody's fawning over him, and so like slowly but surely, and he lost the battle with Jordy's mom, and like he needs a win.
Yeah, he does need a win. You're right. It's time for him to have a win.
But I think this is all making him more humble, though.
It's
That's what
good,
he
for,
needs
it's
to
good
know.
for his overall character.
Yeah, it's good for his overall character. He needs to be a little more humble about things.
Yes.
But I think it's a life lesson for him.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
I do like him though. I love like Nurse Jackson and him have like the most love-hate relationship. Like,
they do.
I mean, they do love each other deep down, and the jabs at each other, like they're almost brother and sister. It's really cute and it's fun to see. But they can get like serious in each other's face too, which is also fun to see.
Yeah. So let's go into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Michelle, let's start
Okay.
with you.
So, going off of Erica, this is probably going to be super far, but I think something's going to happen to her where she has to, I don't want to say she's going to die, but maybe she will match Hunter and like donate her liver to him, to his cause. Something's going to, I mean, because you guys are right. They put a name to someone and they're probably going to
Edith, yes. I was
Edith.
I was like, who's Erica?
Wow, you guys.
I know. I'm like, as you're talking, I'm like, who's Erica? Who's Erica?
Erica.
I was like,
Thank
Erica's
you.
not ringing a bell.
Thank you for not stopping me earlier because now I just looked up. No, but I seriously think something is probably going to happen to her where like maybe she will have to like donate her liver to him or like maybe half of it or something. So I'm sure they'll probably bring her in at some point. And then I hope that Dr. McAndrews and Dr. Grace get together.
Dr. Grace, did you not see the previews?
I did see the previews, but I am still hoping Chipper over here.
You're like way off in left field
All right.
because I love Brittany and McAndrews.
No.
Yes. Brittany and McAndrews all the way.
I just can't get behind that.
You can be Team Grace.
I am
we'll
Team
be
Grace.
Team Brittany.
Okay. You guys can be team whatever.
The Heathers must stick together.
Oh, God.
I need a minute. Heather, go.
Okay, so piggybacking off of that, I'm obviously Team McAndrews and Brittany all the way. Hot makeout steamy session next week, along with another hot makeout steamy session by Hunter and Ciara.
Oh, you're also
Yes.
reading about the hot, steamy session between Bella Thorne
Oh
and Jordy.
my God! There
It's gonna
are
be crazy.
three hot makeout steamy sessions next week, y'all. 3. I mean,
But
what
can
is
we
this?
really call McAndrews and Brittany's makeout?
Yes.
We don't know yet,
They
but
didn't
It's-
even kiss.
It's going
so you think
there.
it's gonna be like they're gonna and then go away? Like Dr. Grace is gonna come in and be like, "What? I still have feelings for you, and I'm a beautiful, gorgeous chief
don't know.
of surgery."
I don't know.
That's
all
Michelle's
all I'm saying is that they did not kiss. They did
It was a
not.
foreshadow. The
Yes.
feelings are there. There's
It's
time
gonna
to
be
develop
there.
them.
Yes.
Okay. We will see what happens.
All right. I also predict that Miss Bella Thorne is gonna raise all hell in next episode.
Good. I'm excited for that.
And she's gonna give Ciara
a run.
a run for her money, and Ciara's gonna be like, "What is this?"
That's what I'm thinking too, because like 2 strong female characters, bam, they are going to hate each other, and it's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be amazing. I feel like next episode our backstory is gonna be Emma.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's time.
It is
Hopefully.
time.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Like, bring her father in there. It's been like 7 episodes since we've heard anything about her past, and
Yep.
I want it.
Yep.
She's one of my favorite characters. She's
I
really,
love her.
really complex.
Yeah.
So I really want to see that.
All right, Miss Heather.
All right. I think Charlie's situation is going to get better. And I love, like, this whole time we were thinking that Dr. Naday was some crazy quack, out of touch doctor. I thought it too, but he's actually doing some good. And we saw that right towards the end when him and Nurse Jackson, he kind of explained himself. Although he does have an ego. He should have explained himself in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's so good to see Charlie awake and his parents are getting back together-ish. And I really am excited to see his story just go. And I want to see him like get out of bed and interact with his friends,
yeah.
because he calls them his friends, but they've never actually like met in real life, just the unconscious dream world. So I predict that they're going to be even better friends.
Yep. Do you think it's gonna happen before or after hiatus?
After.
Me too.
There's going to
Yeah.
be some cliffhanger, which
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be. Wait, Hunter? We saw that. He was falling over.
Oh, yeah.
Any one of them could fall over at any time.
Yeah.
So,
Let's be honest.
That's true. You're
some
right.
cliffhanger.
There's so much.
So much
I'm
that
excited.
could happen.
I am too. Okay. Where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Heather_Cruz and countrycrossover.com.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Michelle Phi.
And you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Heather Joy Smith. Thanks everyone for watching, and thanks Mike for calling in. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.